What's up, everybody? It's your boy J Jook, man. We got a man that's been in the game for quite a long time. He started his own business in high school, ran with it from there from a local program that helped him out. This man dropped many projects and helped people drop projects just as well. J Fedy,
Much pleasure to be here, man.
Hey, bro, what we're gonna do today, I'm gonna ask you a handful of questions, and you can explain to the fans out there and the people a little bit of education about where you come from, what you do, and how you do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Fedy, where you from? Where you from? Where'd you grow up at?
Man, I'm from East Palo Alto. I grew up in the village, but I also was raised in the G, and I have family all over in the mid and Menlo too. So, I mean, I was all over the town, so I didn't really have the little shortcomings a lot of our friends can do to where you can't go certain places.
Right. Okay, that's a good thing. That's a positive. When you're doing this music type of thing, you want to be able to drop down in any area, any hood, any set, anything like that. So it's all about networking.
A lot going on right now. I got 3 projects out right now. I got In the Rough, JooKBoxTv is my self-titled album, and we got a joint project with me and H City Ring.
Okay.
Got some fire on there right there. Also right now, we working with 3 scripts right now. I just finished Viral. Right. Shout out to David Fort. And I also write my own scripts too, and we got Options coming, Sisters, and In the Rough, the movie as well. So
Options, Sisters,
yes,
and
sir.
In the Rough.
Yeah,
okay.
3 movies that we got going on.
That's real big.
It's also cool. Another project I'm working on is Option. It's a short film. I'm trying to transfer that into not only a movie, but put it in a book form like Shakespeare, so we can get the kids interested in reading.
Okay, that's real big.
Multitasking when I'm thinking.
Man, that's a lot of work, bro. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, I'm up for the work. If anybody know me, man, that's one thing I do. I'm a hard worker or whatever I do. So I just try to grind. Grind it.
Now let's go over here to the self-titled JooKBoxTv.
Hey.
What's that right there going on?
I mean, man, I just been making music for so long. I've always been inspired by people, the Tupacs, the Jay-Z's. And when you get to a certain stature in the game, I've always learned that people are self-titled. Their real name on their album. Right. So I wanted to finally make mine, man. In my whole career, I done had about 7 albums. I'm way over a senior, so I just wanted to have fun with one time. You know what I'm saying?
Who introduced you to music?
I'm blessed when I was growing up because my father, half-brother, is Bobby Womack. So, you know, if y'all OGs out there know who Bobby, y'all done made some kids to that.
Yeah.
So that's my Uncle Bobby, rest in peace. He passed away, but that was my father,
that's real big,
brother. You feel me? Bobby Womack. So I was the type of kid to where I was growing up, when I was waking up at night, my mama had me coming in the living room to dance for Earth, Wind & Fire and the Gap Band, and I'm a little kid seeing these people I don't know at this time who these people is. Turns out I'm always around music. That was a big influence, I think, because I remember that still, and I was a young dude. My Uncle Bobby, he was a drummer, so he always was messing with his little drumstick, so it always interested me. I used to be mess around. So I was like 6, 7, you know what I'm saying? It was just interesting me how he used to make his own little cool ass melodies with his little drums. I heard that and I caught the music bug. I loved music after that. I wasn't thinking about me being an entertainer myself, but I love listening. Never had the opportunity to go to a real studio. It was expensive back then, you feel me?
How much was it, Fedy? How much was it back then to jump in a real studio, have you a guy,
think you had to have like at least 85 an hour or something. You'll have the dude getting paid 85 an hour and your music wasn't coming out how you wanted it to. And he was rushing you. So you had to come correct.
So what was the $85 an hour for?
Bruh, I don't know. Because I used to be mad leaving the studio because I had to take my music and go have somebody else mix it.
Where'd you used to get your music?
First studio I went to, it was an accident. MC Kong, rest in peace, was late for a session, and Chunk said, take the youngster.
Wait, what happened? We run that back. Okay, the first time you ever had a professional recording studio, a session, is Chunk had a session. And MC Kong, rest in peace, big brother. He was late.
He was on this thing, out getting his money. And he wasn't able to come. And he told them, hey, Sin City, he got barred.
Okay.
And bro, like, My first time in the studio, I made it to an album. Chunk released it. It's called West Bay Academy. Go to YouTube, look it up, whatever. West Bay Academy. All niggas from a small town dealing with murders in the salt battery. He's on some, Chunk be on some crazy shit, but that's Gook Luke right there. That came out and motherfuckers was on it because I was like one of the few youngsters from East Palo Alto who actually was really on a real album and got, they cashed me out when it came out.
And they cashed you out?
Yes, sir.
Damn. Okay.
Shout out to Chunk.
Okay. Was this before you got 27 Ink together, or was this?
That was like after they put me on the album, and like I actually was doing shows, and like I'm over here doing shows with grown-ups. I was like 16,
Wow.
so I'm over here doing shows with grown-ups all over the place. Then met Mr. Fab, Mac Dre and them in shows, all kind of people did. Rest in peace, Mac Dre, you know what I'm saying? But I got this influence of the real Bay at a time where, man, it was Killer Tay, Sebo, bruh, like, man, I seen them all rapping for Tay, Yuck Mouth, the Loon. I didn't been on stage or in a show with all these artists.
Can you tell them the story about how you were able to get your own label and what was surrounding that?
That was like the summertime when that ended up dropping, and then we went back to school. I think I was in like the 10th grade. In high school, when you take economics, because I was a little ahead of other people, I wanted to take higher grade classes. So in economics, they end up, it's a company called Nifty. And they, and y'all can look this up. Nifty help young entrepreneurs out there who want to start a business, and they'll give you funding if you come with a good business plan. So what I did, I created 27 Inc. Incorporated because at that time I actually was not only selling my little mixtapes that I was making in the garage out of tape and getting them duplicated to a CD.
Right.
Some old school recording. My only way, we would record it, them dual cassette tapes.
Right.
Put the beat on one, record it on the other one, and then with a mic, preamps and all that, and then I would have to take that.
That's how you had to get down back in the day, man. At least you had a shitload of money.
Yeah. Nah, I didn't. That's what I didn't have. And my boy,
made it work.
Dad would work for Google, but he had all his computer stuff. He was like, I could transfer that tape to a CD. So he ended up doing that, and then like the week later, Nifty actually gave us our funding. My idea went through, and it was to create an incorporated business to where I can do multifaceted things, not only just music, but fashion, whatever. You know what I'm saying? When you incorporate a company, you can do multi things.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So they end up giving me about, I think it was, they dropped me $600.
That's real big. That's about a month worth of work back.
Feel me? Oh boy,
tough.
I'm gonna keep it real. All that money didn't go back to the program, but that's because I'm real about it. But what I end up doing at that time, a stack of CDs was like $40.
Right.
So I went and bought like 2 towers of them.
Okay.
And I got a China trading catalog.
China
it's this old
trading
school
catalog.
thing where you get stuff for cheap.
Okay.
But
like
they
wholesale.
sell it in bulk. Yeah.
Mm.
So I end up going to get white tees in all sizes, and I went and got black tees in all sizes.
Okay.
And what I did is we ended up putting the logo on the back. I wish I still had when I sold them all. We had the 27 ink on the back of the t-shirts, white and black. I had them laminate the CD, so when you got the CD, you got it on the t-shirt, so you can pop it out, and you can put your CD on the t-shirt. And I created that idea, bro. I still ain't seen nobody do that yet.
Right.
So I was innovative, bro. I kid you not. I sold them $15 a pop
with the CD.
With the CD in it. So you got you a cool little t-shirt. It was considered a mixtape because I was using people beats, like, you know what I'm saying?
Jack for beats like Ice Kill.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm talking about. You feel me?
But then that jumped off, man. I ended up making like 1,200 or something like that.
He was like 16, 17 years old.
That was some cool money.
That is some baby.
And I did it that day. Shout out to Woodside. All of my peoples was up there supporting me, and that got stamped. I mean, 27 Inc. been a real company since 1996. Been doing it that long, like for real.
What CD was that came out?
It was Illy Boys. It's a bunch of different artists from from like the back of the field. And I wish I still had that CD. I need to go and ask around the people who bought that back in the day. I don't know if people really have it or not, but I had a little forest on there. I'm telling you, I had some names on there, like some people that had so much talent. Smoke, Sleep, real young raw talent on there, but we was just all busting and stuff. Shout out to Gangstress, Twine. Shit, I had hella people on that motherfucker, bro. I had like 20 songs on there.
Illy Boys, around what year was this?
97.
97.
Yeah.
Okay, so you still like 17.
Yeah.
Before you was 18. Like he's doing this as a juvenile. Okay. And what did that do? What kind of movement did that make?
Well, what I did is I took the money, and me and my partner Z, we ended up taking the money, making some side transactions with some of the money, but I took a big chunk of what I had and ended up flipping it, and I went and got me a Triton Core keyboard touchscreen. Still got that. I got a jug on it coming through the hood. You know.
I wish I knew that dude.
Yeah. When I seen that joint, he in a box too. Nothing touched. This was Dr. Dre was using. Got Storch and like real producers. So I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, they had that crisp, clear sound on that Triton.
Still do.
Yeah.
To this day, that thing, we get on it, and man, you play anything, them things, the sound on it, when you put it back out and make a beat, man, the quality is still crisp.
Right.
So yeah, I ended up putting it back and getting me a keyboard, man, because
Okay.
I wanted to make some beats. I was tired of using people's beats. I was always independent about it and self-sufficient, so I wanted to learn beats, because Lee Dojan, my big bro, he was making beats for Chunk, Totally Insane, heck of people, so he was sitting there with his, so I'm like, teach me how to set metronomes. And it's basically where you loop the beat and then you can add some more to it. So like you find your drum beat, put that on, bop, 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 and then you add the and then you can loop and then keep going. Then that was 16 tracks, so you can make a whole little beat, and then, man, it was on floppies at that time. Not even floppies, but hard drive. That's the little hard square ones.
Right.
Yeah.
Who are some of the people in East Palo Alto around 97, 98 who you kind of look to like, wow, that's what I want to be doing. This is where I should be at.
First person when I was a little dude, shout out to my cuz, Blur. We was little niggas, and I was going to visit him on Sac Street. Shout out to my Sac Street guy. And K-9 was the man with the music back then.
Where's K-9 from?
Sac Street, I believe. I can't stamp that. But all I know is he was on Sac Street. He was doing the music. And he's the first person to make the first East Palo Alto compilation. EPA compilation, volume 1. You can look that up. And man, we actually seen him make that. And I forgot he made this one song for it. That shit was so popping. And I think they made it on the West Coast Bad Boys too. With Nine Supreme. You can look that up. That should be on YouTube too. So we seen him making that. So I was like, oh snap, man, that's dope, bro. And then years later was the birth of what y'all know as Sick, Insane Criminals.
Okay. So this was before Sick, S.I.C.
Yeah, this was before Sick, the EPA compilation. And that was K-9. He had the juice at that time. C-Funk. And it was, who else was it that was popping on that? Daddy Coffee.
Who's Daddy Coffee?
What? He like he an older rapper, but he kind of got a fast flow, but he got a Jamaican twist. He Jamaican. Okay. You think I got some stories, and I can go on, and you'll be like, what? But he got real inside on old school East Palo Alto.
Who were the producers?
I don't have the details of that. I just remember coming over there. I'd be with Splurge. He'd go down to that area, and they'd be in there recording. And I just got to see him do a couple songs.
What was the culture like around that time?
I mean, man, back then there was a lot of danger in East Palo Alto. That was dang. We was just getting up out of the murder capital thing. We was the murder capital at one point. Yeah, it was pretty bad in East Palo Alto, bro, because there was a lot of people hustling. Dope was still fairly new to a community, and people was abusing that. And when you abuse that, stuff like murders and crime go up. It was real heavy at that time. Out of all of East Palo Alto businesses, it made Jones Mortuary a millionaire.
That's right.
Multi-millionaire, excuse me, from the 90s era.
People moved to East Palo Alto, East Miller Park,
probably in the 70s, we had a nice wave of African Americans move to East Palo Alto.
Bus program. They used to bus people down, show them the houses. Because white people or you know, wealthier people, I ain't gonna say white people, wealthier people end up getting good houses in better areas in Palo Alto. Basically, East Palo Alto was getting empty. As soon as a couple of black families moved in, it's just like, if you look at places like Compton, Compton used to be all nice suburban, and a few of them families got bust out because of the whole, what do you call it?
Segregation.
So they had to have black families living in all these different neighborhoods, even if it was predominantly white. So they had bust families to go look at houses. My grandmother was one of them people who did the same thing and got bused to East Palo Alto to look at houses.
Oh, is that right? From down there?
No, from Frisco.
Okay, from Frisco.
You feel me? And ended up liking it. And then she was like, it was a lot different. It was really nice. And then they started moving people in. It just got crazy, turning into what you would call a hood. You feel me?
Right.